Hi there, it's me again. It's Catherine from Sunnyside Journals. I have a tiny little short and sweet because I had someone ask me this week when I use brads on covers, like these are brads. I didn't know that until I started junk journaling. I just called them the pokey metal things that hold papers together, but they have a real name, and their name is Brad. And now I can remember that because I have a cute little grandson named Brad. So when I think of these cute little metal things, I think of my cute little Brad. Anyhow, this person asked when I put those metal details on the front cover, how did I do it, and do I put it right through the cover? And whenever I can, yes, I do. So, and I want to put this on here, and it'll stay in better if I can put brads through it. Now, yes, the metal will come through this other side, but I'm putting in some fresh end papers, and that will cover up the folded part of the brad that comes through. Hold on, I'll show you that it won't ever show because I'm just getting her ready to ship today, but I still have Gilbert and Sullivan sitting here. I've been getting Gilbert and Sullivan's goodie envelope ready. So these metal details, those are actually brads. So these ones are copper colored. Those ones that I used, these ones actually are real vintage ones. They're a lovely and nicely aged brass color now. So they're not shiny gold. They're really, really aged looking gold, which I love. But on this one, I want, ideally, I'd like to use these tiny ones. I don't know whether the metal thingamajiggies, let's call them thingamajiggies, the long things that you'll bend. I don't know whether they're long enough to go through what I want to go through. So let's give it a try and we'll see. And I'll show you what I do. I've already put the holes into this, hold on, that's in my way. I've already put the holes through this little plaque. I don't know what to call it. And I want that there, like that. Now, I'm going to stand up so that I make sure I've got this even Steven. Sorry if my voice is loud. I'm right beside you. There, I like that. Let me hold that up so you can see. That looks nice. So I'm going to give these little ones a go and see if they'll do the trick. Hold on, I'm looking for my pokey tool. Pokey tool. Oh, I'm trying to reach it without banging the phone. All right, so I already have my holes set up. So now I'm just going to put the hole in. Now, it's a really weird feeling, but you just got to do it. It's almost like a crunch, but just go for it. And then, there we go. And then I usually have to go through it again because I will have made quite a good size hole there. And that's okay. It's not going to show up. Is that the one? Let me feel. And then I'll show you what I do on the other side of it as well. Oh, and make sure you've got something spongy underneath you for this, or you're going to be sad about the hole in your desk. I use a gardener's kneeling mat. I get this up where I live, Dollarama. So it's handy. I got the brightest color they had so that when I lose it in my room here, it's easier to find. Now, on this side, you will get what I fondly call a paper volcano. See it there? Because your awl will displace paper and it comes out the other side like a volcano. See, it's sticking up there. It's almost like a blemish. Now, normally with these ones, I will go around the edge with my little metal tool here, and I'll mash them back down because these ones are just small. These ones are big, and if I mash these back down, they actually repack the hole that I just dug for myself. So I'll show you what I do when I've poked through using an awl through a whole cover. I take my blade, a box cutter, X-Acto, whatever it is you have, and I literally shave that volcano right off. Please watch your hands when you do this so that you don't cut right into yourself. And I literally just shave it flush with the book as best you can. And you gotta trust me on this. When you're done, even though right now this looks like it looks not nice, it's going to be hidden when you put in your beautiful end papers. Alrighty, because see here how I've got 1, 2, I've got 3, 4, and then I've actually got 5, 6 through this cover. Sorry it's so close, but I wanted you to be able to see the other work I'm doing. But when I open this, ooh, all you see is beautiful flat end papers. And that's what's going to happen with this as well. So now I can still see my hole. It's still there. The paper volcano. Oh, always move your hand to the other side, so in case your knife does that, it doesn't land in your hand. I've had that happen. It's not nice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a test run and see if these are going to be long enough. If they are going to be long enough, I'm actually still going to even apply a bit of glue to this. But for now, I'm just going to put my little brads in place like that. And then I'm going to put my little brads through the cover. Let's see. Oh, I got just enough. Now, this one's got a thicker amount to go through, and I don't know whether it's going to let me. It's just barely going to, so this is going to work. I can use my little ones. Now, I want to see what it looks like with the bigger ones. I actually might like the bigger ones, or I might like the copper. So I'm going to try with the copper. Oh, wait, I might have to make those holes larger. I don't like the copper. I'm going to stick with my little ones. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a bit of Fabri-Tac just to give it a little extra in case those brads did decide to try and give way. This is like a little insurance policy for your brads. And your brads are like a little insurance policy for your glue. They help each other along. But brads really usually will do the trick, especially these big brads. Do you see how they're longer? You have more to work with. But I really like the daintiness of those little ones. So we're going to make them work. And of course, I went and lifted up my Fabri-Tac, and now I got to wait for it to go back down again into the nozzle. Sorry. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, there we go. Dun, 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 boom. There we go. So, and you can put some in that hole. That way maybe it'll ooze it right into the hole in the cover. There we go. Now I'm going to, where's some paper? come on, let go, paper. Trying to do this one-handed. I just want to spread this a little bit. There we go. Now, Brad's first, so that I have something to aim for. Now I have to be careful. See, I already did it. I don't want my fringe to get glued underneath. There we go. Curl that fringe back. Brad through the hole. Brad through the hole. Oh, sorry. Ah! Oh, dear. Okay, well, let's get this Oh my goodness, I'm just going to move this. There we go. How's that? Let's hope our glue is still wet after that kerfuffle. There, that's in. Let's put this one in. There we go, that's in. Just another day with Catherine. And I haven't even got into the gin yet. All right, so I'm going to really push that. See what I mean? These ones are barely peeking through, but they will be fine. Now here's another thing I do. Now that once it's on this side, I actually want a firmer surface. So I remove my gardener's glove, and then I just use a knife and really push that down. There we go. And let's do this side. Boy, this one's just barely going to do it, but it's going to do it. Yes. Where there's a will, there is a way. I'm trying to split those up. There we go. You can't see it, but I can. And it's good. There we go. All right, let's turn it over. Oops, I'm hitting you again. Ta-da! Oh, that looks nice. And we didn't glue down the fringes either. And I like those. So you can also see the lace that I put on. I'm really happy with that. That turned out nice. And I'm hanging off the edge of my desk here. Sorry, I've got lamps going, but we've got another storm going through here. It's actually afternoon right now, but it's so dark outside, I had to put lamps on. So all these little bumpies, the little tiny volcanoes, not the big volcanoes, they all need to be pressed down. And that's where I like using this thing, my martini olive pick. But if you've got, a round awl, that would work to push that down. I bet your maybe your bone folder, if you want to try that, or a knife if you want to use that. But I love that. It's rounded. I just have at it with this, and I push them all back into place, and that way your end papers, once you eventually glue them in, they'll be lovely and smooth. Now, although I haven't done it yet, this is really only my third shabby chic book, but I have a feeling this is still quite textury. The sewing on this side is still quite textury, and I have a feeling if I tried to use very thin paper to be the end papers, that all these little bumps would show through. So I don't think I will be doing that anytime soon. And I haven't decided on my end papers yet for this. And usually I have them all figured out, and I'm drooling over looking forward to putting them in. But not yet. I'm really leaning towards not necessarily taking the title as a theme for this book, because this book is the British nation, and it's all the history of the British nation, England. And I just loved its grungy look. I liked the name of the author. How cool is that? Wrong. Is that your book? Wrong. I thought I'd write about this. Wrong. Yeah, small things amuse. Well, you know. Anyhow, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. If this is going to have a theme, if this is going to just be an all sorts book. I love a good all sorts book. Commonplace book. Nick Booksmith calls them a commonplace book, and actually commonplace book is the right term. It's a historically correct term. It's the common place to put all your things, all your ideas and thoughts and stuff. All right, so there we go. Oh, that turned out really nice. I love how that edge came out. I think that turned out really nice. I like that you can still see the ink blops there. I love that you can still see the original owner's signature. Why he chose to write it right there in the middle of the book, I don't know. Maybe someday if we meet in the great far beyond. Yeah, that's it. We're done. It was short and sweet, and thanks for sticking around and watching me stick brads through a cover. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. We'll talk soon. Bye.